but because I don't believe I should inject anything. But I do not want to leave the impression, but since there was no follow-up question, the president never, this is 20-something years ago, never said anything to me to make me think he was involved in anything improper with regard to Epstein either. He just didn't. That's the truth. As I said earlier, the only conversation I had with President Trump about this was in the early 2000s. And I have no information that he did anything wrong. I just want it all out there. I want everybody to get it all out there and let everybody see where we are.
Wait, so you mean to tell me all this time the Epstein files revealed that Michael Jackson not only was actually trying to save kids by taking them to Never Never Land, but when he was calling out Sony and Tony Mottola multiple times, even calling Tony Mottola the devil at one point, he was not only calling them out for bullshit record contracts, he was actually calling them out for being a PDF file, if you know what I mean. Y'all, there is an email that goes from Jeffrey Epstein to Tony Mottola that tells Tommy about him getting a new house, Epstein getting a new house. And he told Tommy Mottola that he would be getting an extra room for massages just for Tommy Mottola. And we know they were doing young girl massages. So since Mike was calling him out and fighting back, they framed him and got him out of here. And not only did the FBI finally admit that Mike did nothing wrong, but it was Corey Feldman, Macaulay Culkin, and Aaron Carter. And mysterious things happened to them. The whole world owes Mike a big-ass apology. Mike was on a mission to take down this pervert ring, and we just left him hanging. And I don't like it. What if I told you?
Can I tell you something? Yes, what? So I thought that you were gonna scare me when I came in. I don't know why. So in my dressing room, you have the bathroom with the cameras. So I put towels all over the camera, and I went and peed in Kobe Bryant's dressing room because I was scared.
Well, you're right. I was trying to scare you. You got here an hour early, and I was trying to scare you, and it was too. So it doesn't matter if you put the stuff over the cameras. I had to be in there, and you got here before I could get. I was going to hide.
See?
You were right.
Yes.
You ruined it.
I'm sorry.
You ruined it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Okay.
I'll get you, my pretty. I'll get you. The last time I saw you was at the Teen Choice.
Well, it looks like this Epstein scandal isn't going away anytime soon. In fact, it's getting bigger and bigger, which I guess means that we're not going to be ending the war in Iran anytime soon, since that's the reason we're there predominantly, to distract from whatever Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein did to children. And if the Iran war does end for whatever reason, he's just going to start another war somewhere else. He's already got Cuba lined up, and he's probably got a whole list of countries that he's just going to go into one after another, whatever it takes to distract the American people from what he did to children. Now, there is new reporting now. I don't want to use the word bombshell like other people do because I don't know how big this is actually going to be. We don't know what's going to come of this. But there is a new investigation at the state level in New Mexico into one of Jeffrey Epstein's properties, a ranch in New Mexico that was the subject of an investigation at one point in time by the state of New Mexico. But in 2019, when Donald Trump was president, the federal government, the Department of Justice, stopped that investigation. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this because I have some questions. Now, let me read a little of this article. This happens to be ABC News. Headline, why are authorities finally searching Epstein's ranch in New Mexico? Good question. Authorities on Monday began searching a sprawling ranch in New Mexico, formerly owned by the late convicted sex offender and best friend of Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, renewing questions about the steps taken by the U.S. Department of Justice nearly a decade ago. While the New Mexico Department of Justice has released few details about the new investigation, here is what we know about the ranch and what prompted the renewed scrutiny. When Epstein was arrested in July 2019 on federal sex trafficking charges, the investigation into his alleged illicit activities swept across many of his opulent properties. However, investigators apparently never searched his New Mexico ranch, formerly known as Zorro Ranch, according to emails released by the U.S. Department of Justice earlier this year. They were searching all his other properties, New York, Florida, the Caribbean, but not the Zorro Ranch. When Epstein was found dead by suicide in a Manhattan jail cell, yeah, right, in August 2019, investigators' scope broadened, but authorities appear to have never returned to raid the property for potential evidence. While New Mexico initiated its own investigation into the property, the probe was paused in 2019 at the request of the United States Department of Justice. This according to New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres. Now, again, Donald Trump was president in 2019. Bill Barr...
Well, breaking fucking news. Donald Trump has hit out against NATO once again, which is not uncommon in our current political climate. But this time, he has hit out against NATO, calling them directly cowards for not sending naval ships or military or any military action to the Strait of Hormuz to take the island. Now, why this is interesting is because officials told Axios that Donald Trump is saying if he has to take Karg Island to open the strait, he will. This essentially means boots on the ground on Karg Island. Now, what I got to say about this is easily, you can Google this information, okay? Right here. Boom, officials have told Axios that Trump wants Hormuz open, and if he wants to take Karg Island to make it happen, then that's going to happen. Now, that's on Google. I just, headline, right? Information that tells you, which also means that the Iranian government also knows this. They've already said on national television, global television at this point, they're waiting. And now he's talking about, since nobody wants to come help, we're just going to take the out. Donald Trump does not care about your sons and daughters. He doesn't give a fuck about how many lives have to be sacrificed in the name of Israel or whatever power trip fucking issue he has going on today. A lot of people are going to die on both sides. A lot of life are going to be lost once again. And this is a little different scenario than 20 years ago. Okay? There's new technology. There is a video, I was just on the phone with Valenti. There's a video of an F-35 getting shot out of the sky by a missile, and the F-35 did no evasive maneuvers, which essentially means either A, the pilot's incompetent, or B, he didn't know he was being tracked by a missile, which would, like Valenti had said, render our F-35 billion-dollar program useless. And if that's the case, lots of American lives are going to be lost in another war that we don't need to be in. I'll keep you updated with more.
Seriously ride a bike? I do ride a bike, and I get out so early sometimes. I walk or I ride a bike, and I get out so early that I'm sometimes it's just me and the homeless people in Beverly Hills. And,
right. That's it.
The other day I walked, this guy came up to me and he said, "Hey, you're Jim Carrey, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Got a new movie coming out, I heard." And I said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "Well, enjoy it, because the world's going to end in 2026.
2026.
Try to get your kicks."
Yeah.